Yo, what's good, nerds? Happy holidays. Hope you're doing well. Point of this video is to show you some really great deals on Pokemon cards. I need to stop spending so much money because I am just finding so many crazy deals that I know are going to look really good in like a year or two. And I'm gonna be like, holy crap, I cannot believe I bought these products for this cheap. So yeah, I just want to share some of those deals with you guys here today in this video. And then also, I just want to share with you some of the methodologies that I use to find these deals in the first place. So not only am I going to give you a fish, I'm going to teach you how to fish. So the first and most obvious way to pick up cards is going into real life brick and mortar retail. That's right, leaving your computer, touching grass, or I guess concrete, and actually getting out into the world and hunting for Pokemon cards. And this was a big thing that a lot of people had to do in the past few years when cards were really scarce during the pandemic, when everything was going for like 2 times MSRP. You would go out and hunt in big box, whether it was GameStop or Target or Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, whatever. Going and hunting for Pokemon cards in real life was a pretty smart thing to do because even though it was hard to find them because they were always sold out, when you did find them, they would always be at MSRP. But in today's world with high interest rates and a very different trading card game market, MSRP just doesn't cut it anymore. These days, you can get way better deals than simply MSRP alone. And so actually, even these big box retailers like Target, Walmart, and even some smaller ones like GameStop, they will have better deals online than they have in store. It's just you kind of have to be on the lookout for them and you got to be tipped off somehow. But luckily, that's what Twitter, or X, I guess, if I have to call it that, is for. Hot take, I actually kind of think Elon's a dumbass now and I refuse to call Twitter by its dumb new name. But there are some Twitter accounts that are dedicated specifically to giving inside info about crazy Pokemon card drops. But yeah, I think the best way to show you these Twitter accounts would probably just be to jump inside my computer, so let's do that right now. So this account's been dropping some pretty useful deals lately. This is just at Pokemon TCG Drops. And you know they're legit because they have this Steam Siege background here. But just an hour ago, they posted these Paldean Fates pre-order deals from Forge and Fire. These are pretty decent deals. This is, I think is this below MSRP or is MSRP $40 for ETBs? I don't even know anymore, but these are probably fine deals. This is a legitimate store. These guys are going to ship on time. So if you're not regularly checking Forge and Fire, then something like Pokemon Drops is pretty useful. And then just 3 hours ago, earlier this morning, they posted these deals for Chilling Reign and then Paradox Rift and stuff at Zulus. And I've never even heard of Zulus, so I wouldn't know to check Zulus. But Pokemon Drops tipped me off to it. This is a crazy good deal. Chilling Reign ETBs for $36? Like, damn, dude. I honestly didn't even realize you could buy any Chilling Reign products today for under MSRP. So I think these are like super good pickups. I keep saying this, but I think these next few months are going to be some of our last opportunities to like get our bag and collect our bag of Sword and Shield era products. And Chilling Reign is one of those that got hated on early on in the Sword and Shield block. Like people didn't think Chilling Reign was very good, but I think the set is actually going to age really well. And I think people are kind of coming around to it and really kind of appreciating Chilling Reign at this point. So, and then Zulus has also some other like combo deals. So we can just maybe explore this real quick here. So yeah, they've got Paradox Rift Booster Display and Crown Zenith ETB combo for $125. That is a pretty good deal. I'm assuming this Crown Zenith ETB should be like $40. And then, I mean, it's a good deal. Like you're getting both of these like well under MSRP. Pretty crazy deal. And then again, this is like the first time I'm even seeing this website, but it looks like they have some pretty great deals. This is a 151 UPC and a Paradox Rift booster box together as a little bundle for $175. UPCs, honestly, I think they like typically retail for like $120, and then booster boxes are supposed to retail for what, $140, $120? So these are way under MSRP. This is like a really good deal. Same with the Crown Zenith and Paradox Rift boxes. This is a sweet little combo here, Paradox Rift plus Obsidian Flames booster boxes. As you guys know, I'm incredibly fond of booster boxes. I think they are like the gold standard of any Pokemon product, especially as far as just like holding, but they have got that great density of booster packs in them. So double booster boxes for $180, really good deal. And then this is a really cheap deal as well, 135 bucks for an ETB and a booster box. So pretty, and then all kinds of variations even further. Here's a Sword and Shield combo of a Charizard UPC and then a Silver Tempest ETB. That's pretty legit too. So all around, this looks like a great website, and I would not have known about it if it weren't for this Pokemon Drops Twitter account. Battle Styles Booster Box, 95 bucks. I think that's a really, really good deal at Game Nerds. Game Nerds is a pretty well-known and reputable website, so that's definitely safe. $95 for Battle Styles Booster Box. That is like pretty crazy. Battle Styles might be the worst set in all of Sword and Shield. I'm honestly not sure. It kind of depends on your own personal tier list. But in my opinion, Battle Styles is like pretty far down there. It's not an amazing set. That said, it's early on in the Sword and Shield block, and that is like really cheap. And here it is, 95 bucks. It's even still in stock, so I don't know if it will be by the time you watch this video. If you want one, I hope it is, but yeah, who knows? I expect these to go somewhat quickly. Really cheap for a Sword and Shield era booster box. And then some deals they posted yesterday. Silver Tempest ETBs for $32. That's pretty darn good. There's still definitely ways to get the trading card game classic box for non-scalper prices. That's that super fancy box that they made with all of the like sparkly base set originals and those like decks that are ready to play with all the base set cards in them. And then another deal posted yesterday that I actually took advantage of this. Booster bundles of 151 for $27.99. That is like, if you don't know, that is like pretty darn cheap. That's as cheap as you'll find it. And Amazon unfortunately had a limit of 3, but I did buy 3. But unfortunately, if you check now, they are sold out already. So that happened really quick. But if you're checking this Twitter account regularly, then you will be able to hop on these deals too. Here's more from just 2 days ago. This website that they're linking to is called Blowout Cards, and I'd never even heard of this website before, but they have some really great deals as well. 151 UPC for 90 bucks. That's like pretty good. And then Scarlet and Violet booster box case, 524. That is pretty darn cheap. I guess overall, I've been finding that this Pokemon Drops Twitter account is totally the plug, and it's been pretty helpful just for tipping me off to various deals and even informing me about legitimate online retailers that I didn't even know existed. So here's another Twitter account that does something similar. This is at Pokemon Restocks. And then yet another Pokemon Deals and News at Pokemon Deals TCG. And there are probably even more of these accounts than I'm aware of, but these are the few that came up in my search that actually seem to be posting regularly about deals. Also, everything I'm talking about in this video, I'll go ahead and link down below just so it's convenient and easy for you to find. All right, and then the last way to find Pokemon cards for cheap that I want to talk about today is TikTok. And I kind of have mixed feelings about this. I think that currently TikTok is like the meta. Like, I see so many people who were selling on Whatnot, like these big Whatnot streamers, selling tons and tons of Pokemon cards. All of them moving over to TikTok. I mean, all of them is an exaggeration, but still, I see a lot of big people moving over to TikTok, especially with these coupons that TikTok has been subsidizing lately. Because if you didn't watch my previous video on this, basically TikTok is subsidizing the coupons so that the seller gets full price for the item and the buyer just gets a killer deal. So just to illustrate how crazy the Pokemon card selling meta is on TikTok, we can look at a few deals that I saw last night. These were available as of last night. Shiny Treasure EX for only 60 bucks. I believe they retail in Japan for like 40. So this is the cheapest you can find it in the US. Often these Japanese boxes will come out in the US and they'll be like $100. At least lately. I don't think it used to be this way, but in the past couple of years, Japanese Pokemon cards have gotten really popular. And so they'll be like 100 bucks and then they'll maybe be 90. They'll maybe get down to 80, but 60 is like really crazy. This is super cheap for Shiny Treasure EX. Scarlet and Violet base set booster box for $83.30. And I haven't even really seen any booster boxes get into like the 80s since I've been back into the hobby. I'm pretty sure the absolute floor for a lot of the Sword and Shield booster boxes was around like the low 90s. And I know we're in like a bit of a bear market right now, but low 80s for a booster box is just absolutely crazy. And then Paldea Evolved for $89. Again, another super crazy deal. Anything below 90 is like ridiculous. Anything below 100 is, in my opinion, like not a bad buy, not financial advice. But anything under 90 is just like Wild, man. Yes, I know these sets are still brand new, they're still being printed very heavily, but these won't get that much cheaper than that. Especially in the case of this one, I think Paldea Evolved is one of the better Scarlet Violet sets so far. It's got that Iono in it, and it's got that fancy Magikarp that everyone likes too. Plus, it's got the word evolved in its name. And what was the best set from Sword and Shield block? Evolving Skies. I don't know, there's something with that word. So I see some of these deals, like especially the Shiny Treasure EX box, and I'm like, wow, there are some really like floor prices to be had here. And then I stumble across something like this Brilliant Stars booster box for 90 bucks, and I'm like, wait a sec, is this real? Like, it's not inconceivable given like how much reduced some of these other products are, that I'm like, is this somehow possible? Is someone like dumping this? And I'm like, nah, no one would be dumping a Brilliant Stars booster box for that cheap. And then I think the smartest thing to do when you see a deal that looks too good to be true is you always check the seller. Also, the seller is just called Trading Card Shop, which is pretty sus in itself. But then you click on them and you're like, oh, okay, all right, it's definitely a goddamn scammer. Goddamn, like, fucking shit. It's like they got an XY Evolutions box for $90. Yeah, sure. And then it's like Sun and Moon box for $90. And yeah, okay, all these booster boxes for $90. Sure, all right. And what's funny is that Evolutions box and that Team Up box, those are like two of the most heavily counterfeited Pokemon boxes in recent history. Like if you go on AliExpress, those are like the ones you usually find. So I bet if you actually buy these from this TikTok seller, you're just gonna get like the Chinese like totally counterfeit booster boxes with the fake Pokemon cards inside. So annoying that this exists and is now moving over and infecting TikTok too, but what do you expect? So I should wrap this up because this video is going way too long, but I think in summary, there are a ton of really amazing Pokemon deals to be had right now. We're in a bit of a bear market, a bit of a lull, a bit of a slump. Pokemon isn't like that sexy right now. I think One Piece, Lorcana, there are other things that are way more glittery, shiny, sparkly, and sexy to people right now that people are trying to scalp and do stuff with, and Pokemon is not like that scalpable right now. I think that makes for a ton of really great deals, and a lot of people, a lot of shops are kind of just dumping so they can get some capital back to buy the next release, and just so on and so forth. So as long as you know where to look and you have information coming from the right sources, you can get some pretty crazy good deals. Like I said before, I think the meta is shifting towards TikTok and there's a ton of hype there. But at the same time, I feel like some of the best deals are just had at some of these like online card shops who need to just turn over their inventory to get some cash and then buy into their next release that they're going to be stocking. Plus, there are just so many like sketchy fly-by-night sellers, scammers, all that sort of thing on TikTok that it kind of turns me off of it. Even though there are some of the most absolutely insane deals on TikTok, there's also by far the most scams, and you're just more likely to run into a bunch of tomfoolery and nonsense when you shop there. Current strategy for myself is just to pick up some of these booster boxes at these like absolute low floor prices. And then aside from that, just picking up singles that I enjoy having. So I'm hoping to do some more videos soon, either with some openings or some mail days, and just showing off some other stuff and just having fun. But that's it for now. Everything I talked about will be linked down in the description below. You could drop a sub if you're not subbed already. Give the video a like. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.